The hadith compiled within Sahi Al-Bukhari, classified under number 158, serves as a cherished narration reflecting upon the mindfulness and practices of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Narrated by Abdullah bin Zaid, this particular hadith provides insight into the ritualistic washing known as ablution or wudu, an indispensable preparatory process preceding Islamic prayers and certain spiritual engagements. Abdullah bin Zaid relayed an observation he had made regarding the Prophet's method of performing ablution. Herein, the Prophet, peace be upon him, executed the act by washing his body parts twice, as opposed to thrice, which is traditionally observed in most prophetic practices. The significance of this narration is manifold, as it highlights flexibility within ritual observances, suggesting the permissibility of variability without compromising spiritual efficacy. Ablution, as the narrative informs, involves purifying the face, arms, head, and feet. Submerging these parts into the sacred process is symbolic of renewing oneself, shedding impurities of a non-physical nature, and aligning oneself with spiritual purity. While the customary practice entails 3 washes, the Prophet's action during this specific occurrence, as retold by Abdullah bin Zaid, conveys that cleanness can stem from fewer repetitions if the integrity and intention remain robust. Furthermore, this hadith is illustrative of the principle of moderation, one often advocated in Islamic teachings. By adopting a method that entailed fewer repetitions, the Prophet, peace be upon him, demonstrated that religious observances should not become burdensome, maintaining the relevance and accessibility of spiritual practices. Nonetheless, this narration is not merely about the mechanical act of performing ablution, it conveys broader ethical teachings tied to mindfulness, devotion, and flexibility. It encourages adherents to reflect upon the intentions behind their actions, recognizing that purity extends beyond mere physical cleanliness, cultivating a holistic frame encompassing thoughts, behaviors, and spiritual states. This hadith is revered for its underlying promise that religious activities, while rooted in tradition, hold spaces for adaptation to suit context and need, thereby reinforcing the foundational Islamic tenet of simplicity and ease in worship. Observers, readers, and scholars engaged with these narrations imbibe a lesson that transcends a simple ritual, it enlightens them about the grandeur in simplicity and the divineness in human thoughtfulness. Hence, Sahi Al-Bukhari Hadith number 158 beckons followers to approach spirituality with both dedication and a discerning mind. The essence lies not only in performing rites but also in the embrace of intentional acts and cognizant reflection, affirming faith as a dynamic and living practice that adapts through the wisdom echoed in such prophetic traditions.